welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. Moving on to southern violence. At this point, very, very sad, isn't it? It's disheartening because yesterday, if you were here yesterday, you would be really sad too because there's 34 ATMs being bombed. There's arsons, 2 rangers killed. A lot of violence. However, yesterday, Army Chief General Prayut Chan-o-cha has came out and given an interview about this, saying that there's a lot of problems in terms of trying to solve southern violence, according to him, due to the fact that there's, during the time on the 10th of October is actually the BRN establishment date, and that's he believed that was one of the reasons why there's a lot more violence on the date, as well as on the 11th, which is today, apparently is a new Pulo establishment. So I really hope, finger crossed, that nothing going to be seen today in terms of violence down south. However, he said that it is an act of violence as a symbol to show opposition to the peace talk itself. However, he said that at this point, the military as well as all the personnel are trying their best to hold peace and make sure that they're on a offensive side. However, this year he would like to be a little bit more defensive in terms of trying to get all the BRNs as well as all the other insurgents to join the peace talk as well as join the government itself. Now, the authorities said already that at least over 900 of the insurgents has already turned themselves around and joined the authority, while 200 and 300 people are being arrested. And he said that every time he's going into the southern area itself, he's tried his best to provide a little bit more a moral boost to all the officials there, because he knows that they are working very hard to make sure that there's peace in the area. However, obviously there would be a lot more stricter measures. That means that there will be a lot more checkpoints, but he said it is necessary in order to keep peace and orders in the area. So he asked the public to be a little bit more understandable. It is going to take a lot more. Obviously, it will complicate their lives a little bit more, but it is necessary. Now, there will be a talk today in terms of National Security Council with the representative of Malaysia about the situation down south that seems to escalate a bit. However, the development as of now is that the peace talk, the 5th one, is being postponed to later date. The date is not selected yet at this point, so we're going to have to wait and see. And there has been a talk already that in Yala province yesterday in Ban Ba Jaw school, 4 of the rangers were seriously injured due to explosion at the school itself. Luckily, no students were at the scene at the time, so no students were injured, just the rangers, 4 rangers that guarding the school.
Okay. And the ATM bomb, the violence that's happening right now is not just in the 3 southernmost provinces anymore. It's also in some district in Songkhla
province
as well.
Okay. Very sad.
Heavy
Very
stuff.
heavy.
Okay, we move on to a little lighter news. I think this is a positive sign. We heard enough news about the accidents with the public bus, or even just the private tour bus in Thailand. That it get more and more scarier.
Right.
Every time we heard about it. So finally, the transport ministry came out and said that they are encouraging the tour bus company to actually install this. It's not a law yet. That's why they came out and said they're encouraging all the tour bus to actually install the safety belt on all this bus. The latest incident, severe accident from the tour bus we heard was in Saraburi province in July that actually 19 people killed because it was a big collide to another trailer. So I guess that's why the transport ministry has been very active lately, and this is one of the cooperation between the government unit itself and the private sector. And yesterday, Nakhon Chai Air Company is one of the very well-known and one of the big tour bus operator in Thailand has came out and actually showed their full support to this idea by the transport ministry. And they said they already install all their new tour bus has the safety belt in place, and they have about 305 tour bus currently in service. And seems like everybody has answer to this new policy. And also Sujinda Cherchai, which is the chairman of the the public transportation operators, actually came out and said that they totally agree with this government policy about the safety belt. The problem is a lot of tour bus right now in service is actually old ones and don't really have safety belt installed. So the new one do have the safety belt. So the old one, they just have to ask all these operators to have the safety belt installed, which will cost about 400 to 500 baht per seat. But the cost can be reduced if they do big lots at a time. But it seems like everybody is totally ready to get on board with these safety measures, which is a good thing, because in many Western countries, they actually laws in place that every passengers, everyone in any kind of car have to have seat belt, have to buckle their seat belt, which in Thailand don't really have
That's
that.
what I said yesterday about this particular policy. I mentioned a little bit about it. There's no detail though. However, I said that even if there is, sometimes the passengers themselves, Thai people are not really, I guess, comfortable or get used to the fact that they should fasten the seatbelt every single time you get in the car.
So it's also about the law enforcement as well, if the police being more vigilant about using the safety belt.
Exactly.
No, I first get in the habit of use safety belt when I first start driving.
Which is good. That's when you're supposed to start. Really.
When I trust myself less, so I just buckle.
That's not good. All right. Now move on to another, I would say sad news still, because it seems like a lot of places are still suffered from floods. Now, in Bangkok itself, we haven't seen that much of a threat yet, although the high tide in Chao Phraya River, which is going to be once again on the 15th and the 17th, so brace yourself for that. Apparently, we have to be careful for those people that live situated alongside Chao Phraya River. And they said that another tropical storm, Nari, fortunately, will not taking its effects on Bangkok that much, but we still probably see a few rain here and there. However, closer to Bangkok, Nonthaburi province has already seen quite a bit of flood situation, especially in Pakret district as well as Sai Noi district. Sai Noi is not as bad, but in Pakret district, 7 sub-districts has already been underwater, including Kok Kret, Bang Tanai, Tha It, Klong Phra Udom, Om Kret, Klong Khoi, as well as Bang Plap. So if you're in those areas, you're probably within the 10,000 houses that underwater. So the situation is not looking that great, especially there has been a report in Prachinburi province. I have reported before that it got a little bit better. Apparently yesterday there has been a report of the seam alongside Takut Om sluice gate has been torn off for about 50 meters long. That creates quite a bit of the water from Prachinburi River to just get into Prachantakham district as well as Si Mahapot. we have heard of these two districts before that they are in such a bad shape, and this worsened the situation. Now they say that at the Prachinburi hospital at this point around the area is 70 centimeter of flood water already, so they have to move a lot of patients to Prachinburi hospital as well as Chao Phraya Aphai Phubet hospital. In Prachinburi district itself, the small cars can no longer getting in and out, so GMC from the army has to be used in order to commute for all the people around the area. In Chacheongseao province, 8 districts has already been underwater, including Phnom Sarakham, Ban Po, Ratchasat, Bang Kla, Bang Nam Priao, Plang Yao, as well as Tha Takiep and Klong Khuen. Now, a little bit closer in Chonburi province, I reported about 2 factories being closed down before. At this point, they say that Bridgestone company have seen 30 centimeters of flood water already. But in Amata Nakhon itself, in terms of other factories in the industrial estates, it isn't as bad. The water is receding, so probably going to get back into full operation pretty soon. At this point, I will say that Bangkok will still have to be a little bit more careful. It is coming pretty close to the area, Nonthaburi already, and technically Nonthaburi is almost, you feel like it's Bangkok.
A lot of people say it's just Bangkok.
Pretty much. So it's arrived. Therefore, be very careful.
Okay.
All right.
Just keep your eyes on the news and we will keep you updated as much as possible about the flood. Hopefully it won't get to really Bangkok.
No, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, we told you... Move on to the next news.
Yes.
We told you about the roadshows before that it first organized in Nong Khai province. It's well received by the public. Everybody was excited about it. The highlight of the show is the simulators of the high-speed train. And now it has been, not now, starting today, it will be exhibited in Nakhon Ratchasima at the Rachamankala University of Technology, Isan.
So if you're in the area, that would be great.
Yes. Actually, this is not that far from Bangkok.
To drive all the way there.
The Nakhon Ratchasima is not too far.
Okay.
I would say.
If you're determined.
If you're determined. Highlight, of course, is the high-speed train ride that definitely will get a lot of people interest. So you can experience what it will be like if you sit in the real high-speed train, and they will also simulate how you can use your communication tools and whatnot in the train and also the service. This exhibition will be from the 11th, which is today, until the 13th. So 3 days, totally ready, open today. Of course, there will be all top product for sale there, and also the exhibition about the infrastructure and about the transportation system in Thailand. And there will be a special speech, I would say, seminar that the Transport Minister Chhatchat Sittipan will talk about the Trade and Investment Center in Isan area also, which is, I think, is very important for all the business people, and just small and big and medium size, all the business people to just sit in and hear what he has to say, because nowadays transportation is not just for mass public, it's also involved in logistics as well. So in this particular event, when the transport minister talked about this event, he also talked about the MOU that Thailand to sign with Chinese government. They already had a talk between Thai Transportation Ministry and the Chinese Transportation Ministry that today there will be an MOU signed about the cooperation between Thailand and China on the infrastructure development and the trade between two countries, that Thailand is negotiating to instead of when they do the loan or get investment from China, instead of paying back in terms of money, we do barter, which is paying back in terms of agricultural products instead, like rice or para rubber products.
We have a lot of those.
We have a lot of those
In
in
stock.
stock. So sound like pretty good deals for a lot of people. That will happen today, and we probably will hear more details about this particular MOU. So if anyone interested to experience the high-speed train that to happen in Thailand in next 7 years, so it will be at Ratchamangala University of Technology, Isan, until the 13th.
Sounds
Check
good.
it out.
All right.
So we're gonna take a short break, and of course we have the update on the protest that moved from Government House back to Lumpini Park yesterday.
Right, and of course a little bit updates about the Prime Minister's task that went to the ASEAN Plus 8 summit. So please stay tuned.